cried my sister, and let go her end of the chain in order to tidy her hair and pinch a little more colour into her cheeks. You would be amazed at how calm and dignified she looked as the good ship Sophronia drew alongside, with our old friend Jack Havoc beaming down at her from the star deck. He could never have guessed that a few moments before she had been bellowing at her innocent younger brother, i.e. me, in a manner that would have made a fishwife blush. Meanwhile, I had been taken all aback at the sudden way Myrtle let go her end of the starry chain, and, still tugging upon my end, I went hurtling backwards off the balcony, and seemed set to follow so many of our decorations out into the endless wastes of the interplanetary ether. I dare say I should have drifted halfway to the moon, had not Mr. Munculus, the Sophronia's mate, seen my predicament and thrown me a line. "There now, young Master Art," he cautioned, reeling me in through the Sophronia's main hatch a minute later. "This is no time for gymnastics and ballyhoo." And it would hardly have been gentlemanly of me to say, "'Tis all Myrtle's fault," would it? The Sophronia was soon tied up at Larklight's mooring platform, and I greeted her crew as they made ready to disembark. I was pleased to see that they all bore heaps of brightly wrapped gifts, and that the tentacle twins were bearing between them a hamper, from which the scents of cooked hams and game pies wafted. But better than anything was just to be there among them again, and to see the friendly way they smiled at me and clapped me on the back as they made their way ashore. I had not seen any of them since our adventure with the Moobs at Starcross, and since then I had endured a long and dismal season spent cramming Latin, geography, and arithmetic. For once the Christmas holiday was done, I was to be making a start at Vermiform's Academy for the Sons of Spacefaring Gentlefolk, which is a minor public school on Callisto. To be quite honest, I was not much looking forward to leaving home and beginning my education. But the arrival of the Sophronia made me forget all my worries. School was next year. For now there would be parlor games, and sing-songs about the pianoforte, and toasted muffins, and Christmas presents, and tales of all the daring things that Jack and his crew had been up to in the wildernesses of space. I was so happy to see them that I even managed to forgive Myrtle, and bestowed a cheerful smile upon her as we gathered outside Larklight's brand-new front door. The others were all busy wishing her a Merry Christmas and teasing her and Jack about their romantic attachment, asking whether the engagement was to be announced, etc., and drawing their attention to the large bunch of mistletoe which Nipper held above their heads. Myrtle looked somewhat put out at first, for she and Jack had had a squabble at Starcross. Jack had told her that she was too much the lady to ever be a part of his roistering, adventuring life, and Myrtle had vowed to prove to him that she was every bit as good an Ethernaut as he, which is how she came to be having lessons in alchemy and causing stinks and explosions. But they did not have to look at each other long in the dappled shadow of that mistletoe before they seemed to forget their differences and warm to one another once again. What Jack Havoc sees in my sister is one of the mysteries of known space. She's an absolute horror, and looks like a loony fish. There was a hearty cheer when Jack kissed her, and then we all joined in a rousing chorus of "O come all ye faithful," instead of pulling upon the bell rope. But when Father opened the door, he did not look pleased by our caroling. Indeed, he seemed distracted, and his spectacles sat awry, giving him a lopsided appearance. "Jack! Sophronia's!" he exclaimed in a dreadful whisper. "Thank heaven you've arrived. A most vexing thing has happened. The pudding has gone rogue." Those of you who live in earthly houses and have no experience of life as it is lived on the further frontiers of Britain's empire may never have had any difficulty with your Christmas puddings. To you, no doubt, it is a simple matter. Your cook makes you a pudding on Stir-Up Sunday. It is left to mature upon a pantry shelf.